All right, Super Bowl preview, picks, props, everything throughout this episode. Kevin Bunk, Michael Merlo with you. Sunday recap, we'll be back Monday or Tuesday next week. Stay tuned on Twitter and Instagram for our update on that. So keep an eye out. We'll have it. It just won't be after the game Sunday night. Mike, ton of stuff to go through. We haven't actually done football in almost 2 weeks now since the Championship Sunday episode. So we got a lot of Seahawks narratives to push today. Pro Seattle Seahawks all day long here. But seriously, we got a lot of great stuff to go through, including the second half of this episode is going to be all prop bets. Michael, carry us there and win you some money this Sunday. But Mike, Super Bowl Sunday coming up.
I'm pumped. Obviously going to be some good eats. It's been 2 weeks without football. Last Sunday was very depressing. You had a nice video out there. Basically, I think replicating all of our feelings from last Sunday. So I'm really excited. And like you mentioned, I don't think this is much of a game, Kevin. I don't think this is much of a game on Sunday. Although you're scaring me a little bit. You're scaring me a little bit.
You know what's worrying me? Everybody agrees that it's not going to be much of a game. Yeah, everybody.
I know.
That is frightening because New England's pretty good. Like, Seattle's better, but New England's pretty good. I do want to start, though, by talking about how much of an advantage I think the Seahawks have personnel-wise in this game. And I texted to you earlier in the week, but I haven't said it in anything yet. I think Seattle might be better at every single position on the field than the Patriots. The only position group I'd give an exception to and really open debate for is defensive tackle, maybe linebackers, and then tight ends could be a wash. But over the last month, I think Seattle's been better at every single unit.
I think the biggest worry that I would have if I was a Patriots fan or backing the Patriots is the matchups when you're on offense and Seattle's on defense. You know, their offensive line has not played well. New England's. We've mentioned that multiple times. You're on Will Campbell there big time. You look at the secondary for Seattle. It's absolutely loaded. And then I look at the wide receiver group, and I'm very unimpressed. I've been very unimpressed all year long with New England. So right there, one of the best, if not the best secondary in the league against a very, very mid wide receiver group. Okay, New England could run the ball, but Seattle's been stopping the run all year. I don't think there's any matchup offensively. And you want to talk about the entire every position, that's fine. Offensively, I don't see where New England scores many points here.
No, I don't either. They couldn't score against Denver, who coming into the championship weekend, Seattle's defense was better than Denver for a long time. So it's possible they're just an overall better unit defensively. I don't know if New England can come in here and put up 20 points. They're going to have to win a lot of field position battles throughout the entire day Sunday. You're going to have to take the ball away. I'm really intrigued to see what they have in store because it feels like a rare Super Bowl matchup. And again, I'm going to say this a million times today. I'm not just writing the Patriots off today. I'm really not. It's a rare Super Bowl matchup where I think there is a complete, they're completely overmatched by their opponent.
The toughest part about this for me saying, well, New England's going to get rolled in this game is you have Mike Vrabel, who, we both obviously respect, love Vrabel, think he's a great coach. And it's tough to sit here and say that I think he's going to get rolled in this game, but they have a great coach too. They have a great coaching staff, and the roster is just that much better. And the quarterbacks, obviously I think Drake May's a better quarterback, especially going forward. But the last few weeks, who's playing better, Sam Darnold or Drake May? It's not really close. You want to go back and look at the last great game Drake May played? You got to go back to January or December against the Jets and the Dolphins. That's the last time Drake May played a great game, and those weren't even full games because they took him out.
Yeah, and against two awful defenses, two bottom three teams in the league defensively. But the one thing with May that I'm not even trying to give him a pass here, but I kind of am. I do think he's injured. When I saw him pop up on the injury report this week, after 3 weeks in a row against really good defenses, I don't think he was hurt in the Chargers game. I think maybe in the Houston game it happened, and he's starting to have shoulder issues because before the snow last week in Denver, he was not throwing the ball well at all. The only touchdown they score is the rushing touchdown off of the turnover, the fumble that they got at the 12-yard line or 13-yard line. So they never actually moved the ball down the field and scored points. They kicked the field goal in the first half. Other than that one drive, they never actually went deep into Denver territory and moved the ball. And this was against the backup quarterback. I'm fully convinced if Bo Nix plays that game, Denver wins in the first half.
Against the Denver defense that really was they just gave up 30 points to a team that fired their coach a week after.
Yep.
Like, this wasn't a defense. They knew they had to play a perfect game, and that Denver defense played a perfect game. And it still wasn't enough. But they were not playing well up until that point. Make a great point on the scoring drive. It was they got the ball at the 5 or the 6 yard line there. Never went down.
It was right off that fumble touchdown. They just got it at the spot of the pickup.
It was a very ugly game. Drake May has not done anything in this postseason besides the one throw in the Houston game on the sideline in the end zone. That's the only impressive thing he's really done this postseason, and use his legs a little bit in Denver. But they weren't. But like, I love the excuse. Well, it snowed. It snowed in Denver. There was a blizzard. He didn't do anything before it started snowing, so I don't want to hear that excuse.
Stidham was a better quarterback the first 2 quarters of that game.
He was playing better, yes.
He was playing better. It wasn't a high bar, but May was not shredding them at all. I mean, they were getting, and the biggest part was that offensive line was getting abused. Besides center and right guard, they have 3 revolving doors on that line at left tackle, left guard, right tackle.
And the scariest part about Seattle is that they don't need to blitz to get pressure. They rush forward, they get pressure. So they're going to drop 7 guys in coverage. May's not going to have all day to throw because they're going to get home against a bad offensive line. And if they do decide to send a blitz, they're going to get home easily. This is a awful. I don't think we're talking about it enough, like how bad of a matchup this is for New England.
Healthy Denver with Knicks is a better matchup. It's not just like a Seattle's going to match up with anybody like this thing. It's Seattle versus New England on that side of the ball is a brutal matchup. I will say on the other side of things, Patriots defense with Milton Williams the last 7 weeks is insane. The quarterbacks they've played are awful. I get it. They played the Jets. They played the Dolphins. They played Herbert in the playoffs, Stroud in the playoffs, Stidham. I understand all the narratives. This defense is real too. And up front, when Milton Williams is on the football field, that defensive line is impossible to beat.
There's one thing that New England could do in this game. If they could stop the run and do it very effectively early and put Sam Darnold in a position where he has to throw the ball 35, 40 times, and now potentially Darnold's turning the ball over. Because if I went back and looked at Sam Darnold's game logs, I'm guessing their best games are when he throws the ball under 35 times and they're running the football, using the play action and controlling the game. They were able to take the run game out of this, take Kenneth Walker out of this, then they're going to have a chance, especially if Darnold starts throwing the ball to the other team. But I don't see that happening. I just think that this Seattle team is in such a groove right now offensively. I can't see that happening.
Seattle's lost 1 game since October 5th when they lost to Tampa Bay at home. 1 game. They lost to the Rams 21-19. Darnold's worst game of the year. Just a complete pumpkin performance from Darnold in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And they lose by 2 against the Rams. Like, this team is so great. I don't think we focus too much on the quarterbacks, not us specifically, because we do a phenomenal show here and understand how every sport works through and through. We're geniuses, basically. And we don't overlook anything. Too often in the playoffs, this was my anti-Josh Allen in the Bills case. We just look at the quarterbacks. And everyone's like, Darnold versus May. Darnold can have the crap game here. They've won a handful of games the last 3 months that if Sam Darnold didn't get out of bed in the morning and they played with 10 guys, they would have won the game.
A playoff game, by the way, too, against a division rival.
A division rival that was the second best team in football this year. They beat them on the opening kickoff. The game ended.
It's incredible. It's really incredible how great this roster is and what they're able to do. I'm looking forward to like the people that don't watch football, right? Like this is like the people that are over the house and they don't watch football, and they're settling in. Oh, is this going to be a good game? What's it going to be like? And I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to be like, the game's going to be over in the first quarter. Like, there's going to be, like, you're going to know who's going to win the game in the first quarter. And then they're going to see this Seattle team, the players they've never heard of, guys they've never watched before. And they're like, wow, this team flies. Like we've seen all year long. I'm very much looking forward to that.
It sounds like Nick Eamon is not going to play in this game,
which is
a massive. They're doing the whole, like, McDonald this morning did the whole, he got his test done. We got to see what the next steps are. People saw him walking last night.
I saw that video.
You saw that video?
Yeah, it was bad.
He's limping, but he's got no boot on or anything, but he's limping. Feels like he might try to play, but isn't gonna. That's my read on it. It's the Super Bowl, so why not go for it? But this is a guy who slots in at linebacker throughout the game for them. He's a terrific safety. He plays man at corner sometimes when they're in heavy packages. I mean, he's a really big loss for this defense if they don't have him.
Swiss Army knife on defense, as some like to say. Yeah, that would suck. And that would also go into the big schedule debate, of course. That would be right there on the big schedule, like you mentioned
the big
when
schedule.
You called me before. I hope he plays.
I will say, if any team can afford to lose their starting safety, it's Seattle, because you're going to have Julian Love and Kobe Bryant right there to fill in, two really capable, quality, top 15 safeties. So they're in a situation where it works, but they usually run the three safeties in one corner when they have four in coverage. So you are losing the second best guy out of that whole group. Witherspoon's a superstar, but he's going to be playing.
He's not going to. Eamon Warry's not going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, right? Or is
it's going to be Schlesinger.
It's going to be Schlesinger.
Eamon Warry's second.
Second, right? Okay, because I had seen Schlesinger had crazy odds.
Yeah, he's like minus 10,000 or minus 1,000 to win, minus 2,000.
And he was the first pick of the second round, correct?
First pick of the second round, pick 33.
Your pick.
I'm telling everybody, pick 33 is the pick. What else in this game? 4.5 points is the difference. I think it should be larger.
I think it should be 7.5.
I was going to say 6.5, but 6.5, 7.5. I think that's where you should be going with this. The Darnold game, I was just pulling up his game log because of what you said. Their best games, you're guessing he throws under 30 times. Really, the best games he's had this year, he throws under like 26 times. That game against Washington, he threw 24 times. Then he threw 4 touchdowns. He had a 3-touchdown game against Atlanta. He threw 30 times. I mean, the interception's going to come. I think both QBs probably turn the ball over 2 or 3 times in this game combined. I don't think this is a great ball security matchup.
I have a nice prop bet for May, and it'll be you'll laugh when I give it out later, but yeah, like Darnold, we talked about the play action so much that's going to be an issue. If they're able to run the ball, that's it. It's done. If they're able to run this football early with Kenneth Walker, it's gonna be over really fast.
That's what I was going to say before when I had to pause. I think a big loss for Seattle that's underestimated is Charbonnet. Walker's a better back. But you lose Charbonnet on third down, you lose your best pass protecting running back, and you lose that guy that can give Walker the breather and still carry the run game. Who was their backup running back last week?
Was it? It wasn't Cam Akers, right?
No, it was Helani, George Helani, who was awful. I mean, dropped a few passes, did not seem to be on the same page with Sam Darnold in, I think it was 2 targets, were just not even near him because he turns the wrong way. It just felt like Charbonnet was missed.
But my only issue with that is, like, when Charbonnet was in there, they never really gave Kenneth Walker this chance to shine.
Yeah.
And now this postseason, all you've seen him do is turn into a guy where, if you play fantasy football, you're like, oh, we need this guy next year. You need this guy on your team next year. He looks like one of the most talented running backs in the sport. And it's all correlated to Zach Charbonnet not being there. And I think a lot of us saw some numbers, especially if you traded for him in the middle of the year and got absolutely nothing out of him in fantasy, like I did. You're like, this guy's the better back, but they use Charbonnet a lot. So I don't know. I understand the pass protecting.
I agree with you.
But like, you've gotten a lot out of Walker that I don't think you would have gotten if Charbonnet was playing.
I just worry that if they can't run the ball, they're going to be in a lot of trouble, because if Walker's not going, it's going to fall on the shoulders of Darnold without his running back that's usually out there for third down for big passing plays. I think it's going to be a good game. I really do. But I am rooting for the first time ever, and I hate to even say this, I'm rooting for a complete blowout in this game. Like, if I'm sitting there, like last year was miserable watching.
It was.
I didn't even care that you would have cared the Eagles won. I didn't even care the Eagles won the game. I was just thought it was an awful viewing experience. If that happens this year, I will be so glued to the TV and so locked in on an ass kicking by the Seahawks, because not only do I hate I actually don't even, I came to this realization this week. I don't even hate the Patriots team this year. I hate the fans. I like Mike Vrabel. Drake May is very likable and very fun to watch. I like a lot of the players on that football team. I really don't hate a single guy on that squad. I love Vrabel too. The fans. I need the fans to lose. And then on the other side, I'm rooting for Sam and my guy Mike Mack hard.
You gotta be. I'm rooting for against the Patriots for the first time in a very long time. You know what's funny? I was thinking about that Super Bowl last year. It was obviously a double whammy for me because Philadelphia wins the Super Bowl and it was a blowout and it was unenjoyable. But like, I don't even remember much of that Super Bowl, to be honest with you. I was so checked out when the game was over in the first half. Like, I don't even remember much. Did we even do a recap after that?
I don't even think we did.
That was awful. But it wouldn't be here. At least you got your boy Tirico, though. I'm all in on Tirico, by the way. Now, it's not even that you convinced me on Tirico. He's just done some big games this year.
Yeah.
And he's been awesome.
He's on a run right now. He just did the Knicks game on Sunday night. He was great. He's going to do the Super Bowl, and then I think he's jumping right to Italy for some Olympic stuff with NBC.
Yeah.
He's the man right now. He feels like, and I know a lot of people hate Collinsworth, but I've been saying this about him this year and last year. Collinsworth has a big game feel for us when he's on it. I don't think he's particularly great, but when his voice is on the game, it feels significant because he's the Sunday Night Football guy forever now.
Yeah, he gets a lot of hate, and he's memed a lot on TikTok too. They got the Collinsworth impersonators, them obsessing over Mahomes, and that really does get to a point. It's crazy, but I don't hate him. Like, I don't hate Collinsworth. Like, he says some stupid crap sometimes, but so does everybody. So does Romo.
Yeah,
Brady, I'm sure, does it if you listen hard enough. I agree with you. I always get that feeling with Collinsworth, and it was weird when Michaels left because Tirico steps in, and we never really thought of Tirico as that voice, and now he does. Like, you know how many times I've gone back and watched the Tyler Loop missed field goal because of his call? That was such a great call on the Tyler Loop missed field goal to send the Steelers to the postseason.
He's great. He understands the moment, and he understands every moment throughout the game. I think this is his first Super Bowl.
No. When's the last time NBC had a Super Bowl?
I think it's been 4 years.
And it was Michael still?
I don't think Collinsworth's done one since the last Patriots Super Bowl, actually.
Last NBC Super Bowl. Let's take a look.
Because remember Michael's last game like 3 years ago was the Super Bowl, and everyone thought he was retiring.
Let's take a look. So 2018, February 4th, 2018, it was Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Buck Gateman. Yeah, he did one in 2022. That was the 2021 season, so that was Rams Bengals, and then it's been Fox, then CBS, then Fox, now NBC. Yeah. This
is the first. I mean, I'm sure Tirico's done radio somewhere. Like, if you look up what guys have done, there's a lot of Westwood One games. Like, Kevin Harlan's done like 85 Super Bowls.
He's the man.
But I'm excited for Tirico on this. I like NBC's entire game coverage. I don't love their panels, pregame, postgame, but whatever. Pumped for the NBC coverage.
You know who's got it next year, by the way?
Next year, Romo?
No.
Who's got it?
ESPN.
Let's go. That's the best. Buck Aikman.
I like Buck Gateman, but it's going to be very weird watching ESPN on a Super Bowl.
Yeah. ESPN's the worst of the four football broadcasts, the big four, I think, but best pair of broadcasters.
Nothing better than Fox. Nothing better than Fox.
Except for CBS when it's not Nance and Romo.
No, I felt like I was watching. We didn't have a chance to get into this last recap. I felt like I was watching the Masters when Nance and Romo were doing that Patriots Broncos game. And I understand it was basically a terrible quarterback matchup. You had Stidham, bad weather. Then you get to Seattle, where it is loud, and it felt like a freaking party. And the game was obviously awesome, and it had something to do with it. But I was pumped. I love Fox. I love Fox's broadcast.
You're a big Fox guy.
I am a big Fox guy.
And Burkhardt, Brady are great now. That's great pairing. Burkhardt's as good as anybody. I wanted to ask you this while we're talking broadcast and stuff, and then we'll get into the props. Media week. Awful. Being there last year and just seeing almost how little the week's about the game, it's like not for the fans of the sport.
I meant to ask you this, throughout the week as well. We know that less and less big, companies and networks are going to Radio Row. Like WFAN didn't go.
No, they haven't gone in a few years.
And I sort of get it. Like you don't have a dog in the fight, but at the same time, like I remember the guys from Boston were all there last year. The Patriots were terrible. I feel like if you're a big network, big company like that, you should be there, and they're not.
Be there. Yeah, you still have like McAfee's there. You still have, I think Kay Adams was there again this year.
Yeah.
Sirius is always there, but the questions, like Mike McDonald did such a good job this week, not just exploding on that podium. Did you see this? The 4th and 1 thing, or the second goal from the one thing?
Yep.
And he got asked this 5 times, and the 5th time he was just like, the guy asked, he's like, Coach, if you were, and Mike McDonald right says, if you were at 2nd and goal from the 1 yard line with 20 seconds left. He's like, yeah, I know. I've heard the question too many times now. I'm tired of answering it. That's a stupid question, man. Like one guy asks it, fine. The first guy, whoever asks it first, all right, whatever. I know that they're not there for the whole hour of the media scrum listening to what everybody says, but you wait so long to get one question in with Mike McDonald, and that's the one you choose.
It's all for clicks. It's all to,
clicks, the machine.
Get some views on social media. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And I don't know how these athletes, these coaches, they put up with it. I saw Drake May get asked an interesting question though.
Bakemas
question. What was his least favorite dessert?
What did he say?
I forget what he said. I didn't watch. I had to turn it off.
All of them.
Anything Bakemas I turn off.
How about, hey, Coach Vrabel, is this a must-win game on Sunday?
That was insane.
Look, Will Compton asked it after that, and he asked it in a funny way. He was like, he asked May, and he's like, Drake, is this a must-win or a can't lose? And it's former player doing it. It's totally different. But, man, I just can't believe this stuff. If you could see, and you can see it from the videos, the scrum that builds up in front of these podiums for the big guys, the fact that you wait and probably get 2 questions in throughout the 60 minutes of your time with them, and these are the ones you choose, is just mind-numbing.
Well, I know Compton and Taylor Lewan played for him, and they have a good relationship. And I'm pretty sure he went on their podcast, too, during the week, like during this week.
Yep.
But, I've seen a lot of their stuff this week, and they've just been like, all right, I don't need to consume this at all.
You don't need it as a football fan. You don't need what these people are offering you.
No,
you don't want it at all. I want to talk about the game. I actually don't even want to anymore. It's ready for it to be played. But I want to hear about the game. I want to hear the players talk about the game and about getting here.
I used to look forward to this week too. Like, oh, there's going to be great guests, and I'm just be able to turn on the radio and go to Fan or go to Sirius, and there we go. I got something great. Turned on Dog yesterday. I got Jonathan Taylor. All right, this is interesting for 10 minutes. And then he's talking about Sleep Number, and I'm like, all right, I got to get out of here. But it's just changed. Everything has changed. And I'm not listening to McAfee. I'm not throwing him on, although he's going to have great guests. I can't do it. It's going to be the same crap questions. I can't do it.
I'll do the McAfee clips.
Want
to get props going here?
Yeah, let's get some props going on.
I just realized we're talking about Media Week in the broadcast for 10 minutes. Maybe we should get into some stuff about the game.
That's our nerd stuff right there.
Yeah, that's our nerd stuff. Thanks for sitting through it.
We live for that.
All right. Props for the Super Bowl.
Props.
You want to start off with some here? I have, I think, 5 little bets I want to talk about.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So I am going to start. I don't know where I want to start. All right. This is what I want to start with. First touchdown. We're going to go crazy with the first touchdown. Like, there's no chances happening. Here's a story time. Last year at a Super Bowl party, about 10 to 15 of us, we're all betting on the game. We're sitting in the Smithwick's living room, and we had a crazy first touchdown bet. And you usually take 2, take 1 on each side. For the Eagles, it was Jahan Dotson. I don't know if you remember what happened with Jahan Dotson last year. He caught a touchdown. They ruled it a touchdown on the field, and his knee was down at the half-yard line. That would have been $10 to win $800.
That's rough.
Ripped away from us, just like that.
All the Hurts tush-push people got their, 5 to win 8.
Exactly. This year, we're making it back. Jake Bobo, first touchdown, plus 6,000.
Let's go!
Jake Bobo.
Let's go! Jake Bobo, first touchdown. Wow. Going bold with it. That's kind of a Dotson type in this offense in terms of likelihood. 100%. I like that. And you keep going.
I just give out 1 on each side. Like, whenever I bet a first touch, I go 1 on each side. Keyshawn Boutte's the other one, plus 1,700.
Okay. Plus 1,700?
Yeah, 10 wins you 170. Doesn't feel like it's enough.
No. All right. Either way, you'll get 1. One of those guys are definitely scoring.
Yeah, totally.
What are JSN's odds? I'm assuming he has the highest odds to score the first touchdown.
Yeah, let me take.
Unless Walker might, but
let me take a look. First touchdown. Why is this? Hold on. Just give me 1 second.
What about Witherspoon? You don't want to sprinkle a Witherspoon first touchdown? Maybe Big Cat, Leonard Williams?
Hey, you just wait. So, if I go on my handy-dandy Kalshi app here, I put $10 on JSN to score the first touchdown, pays out 67. He's trading at 14%. He has the highest odds amongst all Seattle players.
I like that.
That'd be first touchdown.
I have a first touchdown for you.
Go ahead.
Rashid Shaheed, first touchdown, trading at 6% on Kalshi. Put down 5, win 78. I like the idea of Walker and JSN getting all the attention early. Shaheed gets one-on-one early. Darnold, play action, uncork the deep ball. It's good value for you if you're looking for a first touchdown guy that's not Jake Bobo on the Seahawks side of things.
Sorry, I'm on mute. I got one even better for you.
What do you got?
What about Shaheed taking the kickoff back to start the game? How about that?
Possible. Did it against the Niners.
How about that? Let's go. I actually like Shaheed to score a touchdown. I would just grab the odds on. I have him anytime on here. I had Shaheed anytime. He's at 21% right now on Kalshi. $10 would win you 45. So I do like Shaheed because of what you said. He could have scored easily on that deep ball to from Darnold early in that game on the first drive for Seattle in the NFC Championship game. So I like Shaheed a lot.
How about potential Kupp here? I didn't look at Kupp, but Kupp is so good in the playoffs and in these big games, and he's starting to come alive. That Rams game, he had some life there.
I have Kupp going over 2.5 catches, and I have Kupp going over his yards, which was 32.5. So over 2. So 3 catches, 33 yards. You can't see that from Kupp.
Yeah.
You're right. They have gotten them involved. And you look at this receiving core, and it's not like obviously JSN's one of the best or the second best wide receiver in the sport right now. But then you look at tight ends, like you mentioned before, they're The Kupp, they might need Kupp here.
Yeah, Kupp right now is a 57% chance on Kalshi for 30 or more yards.
I I have something that I love, and I have to find it. I have to find the odds here. Give me a second. Oh, my computer, because my phone is not working. So once I find this, you're gonna like this.
Cubs game logs this year. So they're saying 30 or more yards here. Both playoff games he's gone over. He had 60 against San Francisco, 5 catches on 5 targets. Against the Rams, 4 catches on 6 targets for 36 and a touchdown. Against the Rams again a few weeks back in December, he had 39 yards. So it's possible. The only concern I'd have with the receiving props is that Seattle goes up big early without throwing the ball much, and they don't throw it much after that. That's why, like, we'll talk about Super Bowl MVPs in a second. JSN Super Bowl MVP just feels very unrealistic because I can't see him having 9-10 receptions in this game.
No, and I think this guy that I'm about to mention is going to get some love. It'll get some love for me in a second. But one of my favorite bets of this Super Bowl is going to be Kenneth Walker in the passing game. We mentioned, what he has done this postseason with Charbonnet gone. He's been effective in the passing game. So I like him to get 2+ catches, 3+ catches. I'm pretty sure I saw his receiving yards line at around 20.5. I'd go over on all of those because I think they ran a lot of screens to him against the Rams. I think this is an absolute lock. Kenneth Walker in the passing game. Go 3+ catches. Go over 2.5 catches. That's what I would bet if I was looking for like lock props.
So you're feeling like Kenneth Walker for Super Bowl MVP too?
I love Kenneth Walker for Super Bowl MVP. I love him. And if you look at if Darnold has a great game, right? He most likely went to JSN a lot. So JSN is going to I think JSN is getting way too much love for Super Bowl MVP. And I don't really love his odds. I don't love JSN's odds. And I have to pull up the exact odds right now. But obviously, Darnold, the quarterback, is the favorite. I would look to Kenneth Walker. I really would. Because, again, we've seen this guy have big time. He has a 3-touchdown game in this postseason. 3-touchdown game. Now, I'm stalling right now, so you pick it up, and then I'm going to find the odds on Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up for Kalshi Kalshi has him 9% odds to win Super Bowl MVP. $5 win 52 if you bet correctly that Kenneth Walker will win MVP. And it's possible because in 2 games right now, he's completely led the Seahawks offense. If anybody on Seattle's offense not named Sam Darnold is going to win it, I think Walker's the easiest. And again, they're giving JSN the odds boost over Walker, the advantage, which I just don't think is valid at all. You have to, if you look at the history of guys to even be in contention at receiver for Super Bowl MVP, you gotta either have the Edelman low-scoring game where you just feast underneath, or you have to just come away with 9 or 10 receptions for 140, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. You got to come away with that in a game like this, and I don't think that that's going to be on the menu for JSN. It's going to be Walker, especially without Charbonnet. If Zach Charbonnet was playing, I'd be a little worried about Kenneth Walker. But I
wouldn't even consider it if Charbonnet was playing, but the way they've used Walker with Charbonnet out. Charbonnet, obviously 3rd down. We talked about him before. You look at Walker, he's, I think, trading at 9% right now. $10 wins you $104. I just placed it on the Kalshi app. I'm pumped to watch Kenneth Walker go crazy in this Super Bowl.
And again, their path to victory versus New England, run the ball, score that way. It's the same way they did things against the Rams and against the 49ers. Offense runs through Kenneth Walker. It opens everything up for Sam Darnold. So I do like that. I want to also just talk for a second. Free money this weekend if you go the way of announcer mentions on Kalshi. I don't think anyone else really does it to this extent, but you can get, you could throw in any of these words that they offer you. Safety is free money, whether there's a safety in the game or they just say the position. Trades at 98%, but still. These are just absolute. I can't even believe that these get posted. Next Gen Stat, they're definitely going to read Next Gen Stats. It's 89%. They have a bunch of sponsors. Cardi B at 48%. You can go after that. MVP 97%. You're going to get that because May is going to at least get an MVP nod as a finalist. By the way, when is that? Is that tonight? The awards?
I thought it was always Saturday.
It might be Saturday. I think it is Saturday. I think you're right.
I love the mentions here. I absolutely love the mentions. Levi's playing at Levi's Stadium.
Yep. Golden Gate. They're going to probably throw out Golden Gate Bridge at some point in this. You know, that's the classic coming back from commercial shot of the bridge, the sunset. And you get Tarico, the Golden Gate Bridge looking beautiful tonight here in San Francisco.
How about Legion of Boom? You don't think they're going to mention Legion of Boom?
That's an easy first quarter graphic. Last time the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl, the Legion of Boom carried them to victory. Super Bowl MVP was Malcolm Smith, I think his name was. What was his name? Malcolm Smith, right?
Yeah, Malcolm Smith.
I don't know. I thought I was confusing him with Malcolm Butler for a second. You go Mahomes, 67%.
That's an easy one with Mr.
Collinsworth
in there. And Portnoy, you think they give? I don't know if they give Portnoy's listed on here. I don't know if they give Portnoy a mention though.
Yeah,
I don't know if they
do.
Portnoy. Like, I mean, they know him, but I don't think they know him where they would give him a mention unless he's gonna have a suite. He's gonna have a suite, so maybe they pan to him.
You could bet that they're gonna say Robert Kraft. They're gonna say Robert Kraft in the first 4 minutes of this game.
This is great. This is dangerous. This is great.
This is one of those things where you're going to look and you're going to say, like, okay, it's 98% odds. 98% probability. I'm not going to win anything on this. But if you just start stacking those,
you're golden.
That's the safest way to make a few bucks on Sunday.
You're golden. You know what I need to look for? You know what my favorite bet is? My favorite bet?
What?
People like the coin toss. I'm not a huge coin. I mean, I'll bet the coin toss, obviously, but I'm not a big coin toss guy. National anthem over under.
Wow.
I saw it at 119.5 seconds. I think I'm going to take the under, but I got to look for better numbers wherever I could find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to look. Also, I have one more bet for you.
Yeah, what do you got?
Actually, I have a couple more. Drake May 2+ interceptions plus 320. The only issue with that is that Drake May likes to fumble the ball too. So maybe we get a fumble in there.
Yeah.
That ruins it. I wish I could find just straight turnovers, and it was only like if it was plus 120 or something like that, I would still take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Drake May 2+. He hasn't thrown 2 interceptions in a game yet this year. But
wow, really?
Yeah, I checked that last night. But we'll take it because this is a different defense. He hasn't played. He hasn't played a top 10 defense this year by points per game until the postseason.
Yeah.
In the regular season, he did not play a top 10 defense by points per game.
That makes sense because you think about all those, maybe Cleveland would have been the closest out of their whole schedule, and that's just an awful team, so they give up points anyways.
They were top 10 by yards, Cleveland.
Yeah, not by points.
Not by points. Oh, this is one of my favorite bets, actually. Sorry. Seattle's defense anytime.
Wow.
Trading at 19% on Kalshi. $10 wins you $47. We saw the Legion of Boom a few years back. They scored a defensive touchdowns. They also had special teams touchdowns. I love this Seattle team to score a touchdown. You look at, again, the fumbling issues, maybe a little pick six. I am locked in on Seattle's defense scoring a touchdown. I can't wait to have this betted on Sunday.
You first glance at that, you'll say, May, not a pick six liability, but it is the fumbles. It's the blind side. Will Campbell gets bull rushed. Fumble, 6. Game's over. That's the first play from scrimmage for New England. Just wrote it out for you. I'm going to give you a positive New England one. This is my last of any props. For first touchdown, I like Drake May if you're going New England's direction. They do run that sneak at the goal line if they get there. We saw him run that draw last week. May did a good job with his legs. I thought he actually, again, this is why I think he might be injured, might be favoring running for the first time this year, where he's been good at scrambling this season, but not prioritizing it. Against Denver, he really did. Could be a weather thing, could be a shoulder injury thing. I don't know. It could be a Denver defense thing. But he's trading at 6% on Kalshi. That's 5 to win 78. And I think that's great value for Drake May getting the first touchdown of this game if New England gets the opening kickoff.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, they did. They used the sneak last week. He ran it in actually 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I like May. If you're trying to get a little weird with the first touchdown bet. The other thing I just want to go back to the defensive touchdown for Seattle on Kalshi. It's defense and special teams. So it takes the odds down a little bit from where I was looking last night, but you also get the special teams. And we know the advantage that Seattle has had all season long with their special teams, how great it's been, and now adding Shaheed. And we talked about that already, potential punt return, kick return, touchdown. So you'll get that as well in there if you take it on Kalshi. I'm pumped.
What else do you have here? Anything? Because I'm done.
Let's take a look. I mentioned my Kenny Walker stuff. No, I don't really have anything else. Couple of overs on receptions. I'd go Matt Collins over 2.5. Matt Collins over 24.5 yards. We mentioned, I'd go over on Stevenson, 24.5 receiving yards. I think that they've really just completely phased Travion Henderson out of this offense during this postseason. Stevenson's been the guy. I think if they're going to have any chance in this game, Stevenson's going to have a big one. I'd take him to score as well. If anybody's going to score for them, I'd say it's going to be Stevenson. So I'm pretty big on Stevenson props for this Sunday.
All right, I'm going to wrap the prop section, the betting section of this show. And I have one more that I didn't even tell you about, but we kind of talked about a few weeks ago. What are the essential Super Bowl party foods on the table for you on Sunday? Has to be there.
Has to be there. Some sort of like fried chicken, I would say.
Could that be a chicken wing?
It could be a chicken wing. I'm running into an issue. Super Bowl's in my house, and we're most likely not going to have like traditional wings.
Okay.
Like there's so much on the menu already, and we're getting fried chicken. But I would say wings, even though I'm being hypocritical here. Wings
but if you have fried chicken, nobody's going to come in and be like, sometimes if someone has a bad spread, you go like lean over to your friend that's also not the homeowner and be like, dude, like no wings, really? But no one's going to say that with your spread.
This is going to be a good spread.
It's going to be good. Walk me through it.
What the spread's going to be on Sunday?
Yeah.
We're starting with chili. We got chili going on. We're going to have like a taco station. So you'll be able to make a regular taco, soft or hard shell. Also rice bowls if you want a little rice bowl, like you're going to Chipotle with all the lettuce and the cheese and the beans, everything. Then you'll move it over. You'll have nachos on like big trays. We're going to have taco dip, nice taco dip, Mexican taco dip. Then mashed potatoes with cheese and bacon on top.
Nice.
My favorite pulled chicken, in the crock pot, like a pulled pork, but it's really, it's basically pulled pork, but just it's chicken instead of pork, but it looks the same. And it's unbelievable. And then we will have some fried chicken. I mentioned the fried chicken. We'll have fried chicken.
Yep. That's a great spread, man. That's really good stuff.
This
is the first year I'm not watching the Super Bowl local. I'm usually at my house for it. We usually have people over. First year I'm not doing that. So I don't know what my night's going to look like Sunday. I'll be in Newport, Rhode Island, as you know.
Did you figure out where you're going to go? Did you
still haven't yet? I think it's going to be ask the hotel concierge what's a good spot to go.
Okay.
It might be snowing. It might be 3 degrees. So it might be like a takeout in the room, watch the game thing. But we'll probably find somewhere to go out and watch it.
I thought the TV wasn't up to par.
The TV could be a problem based on the pictures on the website.
Okay.
But the room is great.
Okay.
So gotta scope it out. It's gonna be a big get there on Saturday and see what's going on, plan it out moment for me.
All right.
But it's
locked and loaded.
It's still the Super Bowl, and if Darnold is giving belt to the Patriots, I don't care where I'm watching it. I could be watching it on the smallest TV in a third world country and be like, dude, this is the best day ever.
I can't wait. I can't wait for this. I hope even Worry plays, but Leonard Williams has got us. Devin Witherspoon's got us. We're gonna
the boys got us, man. The ex-Jets have us. Jason Myers, Leonard Williams, Darnold, They have us.
Julian Love, ex-Giant, Leonard Williams, ex-Giant.
All the terrible days that the Jets had against the Patriots with those guys, it comes down to Sunday for them to get their revenge. Did you see, before we bounce, the Morgan Moses comment yesterday?
No, what'd he say?
They asked him about being a veteran free agent and joining a 4-win team in free agency. And he laughs and says, "Did you see where I played last year?"
Come on,
man.
Like, it's really insane the shots that the Jets are taking lately. Like, it's
deserved.
Is it deserved, though?
It
because
they
really feel unwarranted. Like, nobody's discussing the Jets, and then bang, the Jets get hit with a shot. Like, I'm
glad it's happening because the owner needs to really open his eyes up. And if this last 4 weeks doesn't do it, I don't know what ever will. But it might never happen.
It might never happen.
All right, good at big game Sunday, the biggest game of the year on Sunday. Seahawks, Patriots. We'll be back Monday or Tuesday. Make sure to check out Instagram, TikTok, subscribe here, like this video for more content. You can check out all the short form stuff right here on YouTube, or again, go to Instagram or TikTok for it. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this game, who's going to win, if you like any bets, if you're going to take any of ours. Tread carefully if you are. Don't blame us if you do. Mike's going to be making a ton of money on Sunday. He's pumped.
I'm pumped.
Have a good weekend. Stay safe this weekend. And again, stay tuned into the Instagram and mainly our Twitters for when this show is going to happen, Monday or Tuesday, to recap the Super Bowl and the entire season. Thanks again.